Well, this is an epic adventure indeed. For Aaron and I's 17th wedding anniversary, we were able to drop the kids off with some family and head east to the Finger Lakes region on nothing but a Harley Davidson and the open roads. It was absolutely perfect weather, perfect roads, and a beautiful time to get away. We rode through windmill country. There's a whole bunch of windmill farms in this little corner of New York. We stopped for a quick lunch in Gowanda, had a great little pub called the Wicked Glen. And then we just crushed miles heading east. Absolutely loved it. This bike just eats up the miles, and we had so much fun taking in the sights, enjoying the wind, and cruising down the road. We even had a pretty cool milestone happen. We turned the clock. I bought this bike with just over 18,000 miles on it, and you're gonna see us click to 38,000, which means I put almost 20K on it. I've probably also taken close to 20,000 pictures, including that awesome one.
Good spot for a quick swim.
It was hot, so we found a creek, we pulled over, we took a dip. It was awesome. And then we got back on the road and continued east. We were headed to Seneca Falls, New York, the very top of Cayuga Lake. And the sights just kept getting better. We finally made it to our destination. We laid eyes on Cayuga Lake and pulled into Cayuga Lake State Park. Figured out where our camping location was going to be. And we set up shop for home for the night. This little spot turned out to be perfect for us. It was private enough. It was close to some bathrooms, close to some water supplies. We set up a quick camp, nothing crazy. And then we got back on the bike to head to find food and just see our way around Seneca Falls. One of the things we've learned in adventuring on the motorcycle is cooking for two. While that's not a problem, bringing enough food on a fully loaded motorcycle with tents and air mattresses and sleeping bags and everything else is just tough. So it's easier if you can just eat out for every meal. And it's fun to eat out for every meal. So we got back on the bike and we headed towards Seneca Falls to see what this little town was all about and to explore a cool store that we had passed on our ride in. And then we figured we'd find out where we were going to eat dinner for the night and what that would look like. So we found our way back to Sauter's Country Cafe and Market. This is a Mennonite-owned grocery store. Has a little bit of everything. Super fun experience.
These noodles and stuff. I'd buy the...
What?
Yeah,
What would you buy?
Those sticky buns.
There's 6 of them.
our choice here.
Breakfast. Yeah, this is fun. I wish we had more room.
All right, well, then we found our way back to Seneca Falls and a Mexican restaurant, which was super good, very authentic, very elaborate art on all of the chairs, but fantastic food. Then we walked around the little town of Seneca Falls, and we stumbled upon the cutest little orchestra happening in the parking lot of the community center. George Bailey Lane. And this parking lot happened to be right next to a very iconic bridge. This is the bridge that inspired the film It's a Wonderful Life. So kind of an iconic bridge. We had no idea.
I think so.
All right, well then we were walking across that bridge and Aaron saw some type of animal swimming right up the middle of this river. And she just had to know what it was. And so here you see her chasing it down the river. We did end up catching up to it. And then we're not really sure what we're looking at here. It might be a muskrat. Really don't think a beaver. It seems like a long way for a beaver to travel. But it's something. It's pretty noisy because we're walking on some barges that are along the edge of this river. But we did our best to chase him down and get some footage. It's pretty interesting. And then when we were done with that, we just took in some more of the sights of cute little Seneca Falls. Great little town, the birthplace of women's rights, and the home of the bridge that inspired It's a Wonderful Life. We made our way back to camp. I did manage to get the drone up in the air just to try to capture some of that twilight. As the sun was setting, that's a view of Cayuga Lake in the evening. I did not do a lot of drone action on this trip, mainly because operating a motorcycle is a full contact sport, and to pull over and get the drone out and set it all up is just a whole thing, and I was trying to be present on the moto trip. So then we just enjoyed a fire into the evening, and then had a cozy night in the tent, slept great. Awesome first day. And then, of course, we were awoken by the birds the next morning. Not a bad view. And then it was time for Aaron's favorite, which is camp coffee the next morning.
Buns from last night. We're gonna cut these out, put them in here, and warm them up over the fire. It's gonna be real chill.
This did not disappoint. Absolutely awesome breakfast choice. And then when all that was done, a little bit of a drizzle had passed, and now it was clear. We got to packing so we could go explore the Finger Lakes region. We had a whole bunch of fun stuff we were chasing down on this day. This was probably about 9 a.m. Got everything packed up, reorganized, and back on the bike so we could get ready to hit the road. Of course, we cruised down Route 89 right along the edge of Cayuga Lake. Nothing quite as awesome as cruising down one of the main roads along the Finger Lakes. All right, well, I said I didn't fly the drone much, but I did stop one time when we were about halfway down the lake just to get the drone up in the air and get some awesome footage of the actual lake. I think on a clearer day, you could actually get the drone high enough to see the next lake to the east, or if you turned it around, a lake back to the west, Seneca Lake. But this day was a little bit overcast to start, so not quite that clear, but it was cool to see this boat coming into harbor. And then it was awesome to just do a 360-degree view and see all the beautiful farmland, the woods, the forests, the state parks, and of course the lake and the horizon. Just beautiful. Then we made our way down to Ithaca, New York, and to the Ithaca, New York Farmers Market, which we had been told to check out by a friend, so we decided, why not? Let's make it happen. It was absolutely insane busy. We were glad we got there when we did. We found a parking spot and made our way into the farmers market. So many smells and experiences. Very cool to just be around it and see all that there was to see. But from there, we just headed about 5 miles west outside of Ithaca to Robert Tremaine State Park. This was on our to-do list for sure. And so we were super glad that swimming was open. And we made our way down Route 13 to this epic location. Check this out.
Oh, could have changed all the way back here.
So this was our first time here. We'd seen lots of stuff online about it, but this was absolutely awesome.
All right, you want to get in?
This water was about 71 degrees on this day.
Did you see that dude dive?
Super refreshing.
Pretty fun that they actually let you swim here. There's so many in these places.
Look at that guy. Shot, hit shot. Wow.
All right, well, we carefully started making our way over to that waterfall.
This is hard to do without using this hand.
That's why when you said you could bring it, I was like, seriously? Are you still touching?
Oh yeah.
I can't touch.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost tiptoes. It said 5 feet, so that's like your height. It's gonna get deeper though because it's getting closer to that waterfall. I think it's gonna get deep again quick.
I'm sure it is.
Should we just go under? Woo! I can touch here. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Take a picture.
Hold
I'm
on.
videoing.
So we were at a farmer's market. Thought about buying coffee. Didn't. Came here and went swimming. And then we realized, duh, just make our own coffee. So that's what we're doing. Not too shabby. And then hopefully we're gonna hike a quick trail and check out some waterfalls. So we shall see. That will be some strong coffee. All right, so these are really Americanos. Stovetop espresso and hot water, 50-50. This is how we make coffee 365 days a year, no matter where we are. At home, on the bus, on the bike. That's a great cup of coffee right there.
What?
Seriously, thing motor oil.
All right, well then we headed west to the other end of Robert Tremaine State Park, the old mill, and the walk into Lucifer Falls. This was all stuff we had not seen before. It was about a 3-mile ride to make it up here to this part.
Yeah, like I think you could get in.
Much less busy here, but very epic.
Okay.
You can hike to this location from the lower falls. It's about a 2.5-mile hike. But we didn't have the time for that, so we decided to ride the bike
Look,
up
these
to
are
the
like
parking
stairs down
area.
to the water. I'm sure they don't want you accidentally going over
If
the
you
water.
have never been to the Finger Lakes region, these walkways in the middle of the gorges are absolutely beautiful. They're epic, and they are something that has to be experienced. But we were very happy when we started down this trail. It reminded us very much of Watkins Glen, if you've seen that video. But it was epic in its own beautiful way for sure. About a third of a mile down this trail, we were going to intersect with Lucifer Falls, which is a 115-foot drop of a waterfall. You'll see that here in a second. But first, we had to make it through this beautiful gorge.
Look at that like little chute that it comes out, and then look, it comes out down here.
These are just some more falls on the way down to Lucifer Falls. This is almost like a big cathedral.
Or even like right there.
And here we are coming upon the top of Lucifer Falls, which finds its way down this 115-foot drop to a pool down below.
What?
Yeah, please.
I mostly don't want to drop my phone. Huh?
But then we headed down the trail, down the staircase, to the bottom of Lucifer Falls. We were very surprised to find how accessible the big pool at the bottom of the falls was. So I'm not saying you should swim here. I am saying there was not great signage saying you couldn't swim here. So we decided to go for it because when else do you have the opportunity to swim at the base of a 115-foot waterfall?
I got it. How deep? Yeah? This guy's been breaking rules since I met him when he was 13 years old. Still doing it.
I'm not sure we were breaking rules. We probably were breaking rules, but I'm not sure we were breaking any
What?
rules. But I do know we were having a great time. Aaron even joined me in the deep area.
Yep.
And then I decided to get a cannonball in, because when else can you get a cannonball in at the base of a 115-foot waterfall? Then we made the hike back up and admired where we had just been from above.
Wow, we were just in that, babe.
Yeah.
We were swimming. And all that it was when we were down there, but to see it from up here. The drone would be pretty epic right now.
All right, well, on our hike back, there was one more place I just really wanted to swim, so I had to go for it. There was no one around. I don't know if there's rules, but I just had to do it. Check this out. This is right below that epic bridge.
There's a current keeping me out.
Super cold water shooting out of that rock face. Went and put my phone back up on shore because I wanted to get in that deep part and check this out. It is so strong. I'm swimming with all I got and it's holding me right in place. Super cool. All right, I wouldn't recommend it. I may have broken some rules, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, from there, we had played hard. It was late into the day. It was probably 3:30 or 4 p.m. We were halfway across New York State. We live on the very other end of Pennsylvania, so we had some work to do to make our way home. So we started the process of heading south. I decided rather than take Interstate 86 across the bottom of New York State, it'd be way more fun to take Route 6 across the top of Pennsylvania. That was going to involve another hour of travel, but it would be worth it because of the views. And so that's what we did. We headed south towards Wellsboro, Pennsylvania, where the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon is. And this ride was as awesome as the ride the day before. Just beautiful views and mountains and skies. There's just no words. Video doesn't do it justice, but we're doing the best we can to capture it. It's not Virginia, but it's starting to feel like it when you get into these rolling hills and seeing these awesome barns and structures. It's just God's country, and it's beautiful. Erin doing the best she can, capturing all this with an iPhone on the back of a motorcycle. We made it through Elmira, New York, Horseheads area, chased a train down the road for a little bit. Just ate up the miles while we chased the sunset. We ended up stopping in Mansfield, Pennsylvania for this awesome sub. Top 3 sub we've ever eaten. It's just the Italian at the Thin Line Tavern in Mansfield. But if you're ever there, you gotta try it. We saw the sun and clouds doing some epic things on the ride home. This was on Route 6. We eventually crossed the Kinzua Reservoir, probably around 8:30 p.m. And if you want to see what our entire loop looked like, this right here is what our trip looked like in totality. 32 hours. The sun was setting, the roads were awesome, and we had a great time. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.